Hey guys, DM Philosopher here, Matt's the name. Just going to go over my latest map pack here. So we've got the battle map for Rough Forest Cliff Path, and it's about expanding your repertoire of maps in those sort of rugged, crunchy hills, you know, that sort of head into the foothills of the mountains. You know, it's rough and ready anyway. So this is a cliff path. Let's jump in there and have a look at this map. Okay, so this is the daytime gridded map. We can see that the cliff path starts here on the left hand side of the map and works its way down to the lower right hand corner there, so sort of curving around. Line of sights are obviously blocked, so you can definitely have people sort of hiding and attacking from high ground and not being able to be seen until the ambush is set as such. So this map is quite a large grid scale. It's about 85 by 45, so you can really run a very sizable encounter in this environment. When you've got characters or enemies in high ground and they're having to, player characters are having to move through the different heights of the high ground, it definitely keeps the battle flowing. A lot of hidden things that can be seen. The characters you can see could enter the high ground at this point here, and then work their way up to the sort of middle point here, which then goes to the highest ground, which occupies all this space here, or they can go down to another middle ground and then back up to the high ground. So there's a lot of different height variations here. Characters that might think, oh, we'll rush up here only to find that there's another ambush waiting here, or so on. However you want to run the encounter, you got varying heights. Obviously you got the main cliff face, which is facing a big drop off to a forest as well. So very interesting battle space, very usable. So this is the daytime gridded map. We've got the daytime gridless map, the nighttime gridded map, and the nighttime gridless map. And then we've got a couple of point of view shots that sort of highlights the variation in height. So yeah, you've got this entrance way here, but there's a massive difference between that and this high ground here. So yeah, encounters can really catch the players off guard quite easily. So we sort of wrap our way around through that path, get a sense of the height differentials there. These point of view shots make great player aids, so you can really get them to see the scene, understand the scene, understand spatially where they are in the scene and the like. And here's just a view looking down over the path as well. Got exactly the same shots, just taken at night time, where the shadows are emphasized, the darkness is more foreboding, and definitely one to keep the players wary, and also quite hesitant to just go lunging through the trees if they get a sense that something could be hiding in there. So these are the nighttime point of view shots, and then we've got exactly the same map, just with a camp here in the lower part of the map here. So your characters can set up camp, and then creatures can come and attack, or your characters might be traveling and looking for some people that are trying to run away, or they're just travelers. Whatever the case, you got a campsite there, so that you can run this encounter in slightly different variable situations. So that again, we're day and night gridded and gridless, and then the point of view shots where sort of you get to see the camp and the light reflecting off the environment. Obviously the night time's better to see campfire because the light reflects, as we can see in these point of view shots here, sort of coming up. So definitely the rough forest cliff path makes for a tricky encounter space. The massive drop off of the cliff itself, and the higher ground with the mixed levels there will keep the characters guessing and wrong footed, which is how DMs like to run it. So you can find that on RPG Now, and I'll post a link to that underneath my YouTube clip, and I hope it really expands the repertoire of battle spaces that you can throw at your characters. So thanks for listening, and happy gaming, people.